Hey everybody, welcome back to another 7-star raid guide from gggaming. And of course, we're going to do this new one right here, which is Blaziken. This is the one that just started, and of course, as with every 7-star raid boss, they're only hard if you don't know how to do them. But we're going to go through everything, go through all the details, everything you need to know about this guy, how the raid works, so that you can easily solo this. If you're interested, stick around and let's get to it. All right, first things first, let's jump into this guy. Let's take a look at his stats and everything about him so that we can understand exactly how this 7-star raid boss works. First and foremost, he is a fire and fighting, but he's got the flying Tera type. So that's the only thing that matters is that flying Tera type. So we will focus on 3 weaknesses, which are rock, electric, and ice. Those are the 3 weaknesses for flying. Pretty much everything that we're going to focus on in terms of showcases that you will see in other videos will be mostly in the electric space. The electric space works really, really well, but there are a couple other fun ones, including our awesome brand new legendary, which is Terapagos. That is the very first one that I used to solo him, and I will also go through that. So definitely go check out that raid guide. That one will be really, really cool. And of course, those will all be uploaded in separate showcase/raid videos just to keep the volume, keep the timing on this one a little bit shorter, because that is the feedback I've gotten from you guys, is you don't like 15-20 minute videos. So hey, break them up into smaller pieces and let you pick what you want to see. Of course, let's jump straight into the moveset. What does he have? So this is the Blaziken that I caught from the raid. So this is as is how you're fighting him. So these are the stats that you have to worry about over here. Normally, I will tell you to focus in one way or another. And then I even ask you to typically put a little bit into your speed. Basically, get your speed a little bit above his. But hey, take a look at his ability. His ability boosts his speed stat every single turn. So nope, 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 nope. We are not going to focus on speed because, hey, we're going second no matter what. Just get used to it and go second. Let's see. And it's actually not that bad. So let's take a look at his moves. The Blaze Kick, that one's really, really, really hurtful when he hits you with that thing, especially when he lands that critical hit, because it is a increased chance of landing the critical hit. So we want to avoid things that are weak to that, and that's why the electric typing works well, because it's not weak to that fire typing where the ice is. If you pick an ice guy, it really does hit hard. I have yet to find an ice type that solos him very easily. Brave Bird, of course, that is the Tera type, which is flying. So this thing gets boosted with the Tera type. So you got to be careful with that, because it can hit extremely hard with a power of 120. Okay, that's his strongest move. That's his signature move for this raid. Earthquake, that's the one we're going to pretty much focus on getting hit the most. Okay, Earthquake is the one we're going to get hit most because we're using electric type Pokemon for most of our strats. So Earthquake is the one that's going to hit us, but it's actually not that bad once we talk about the strategy here in a little bit of how to make this much more manageable. Low Kick, of course, does not have a power stat. It is based on the weight of your Pokemon. So if you're using a little Pokemon, it doesn't hit very hard. For the most part, Low Kick, it's not too bad. You can manage that, but he doesn't use it all that often in the ones that I'm in the Pokemon that I'm using anyway. I say that, and then when we do a showcase, that's all he'll do. He'll use Low Kick just constantly the whole time. But hey, that's fine. We'll go with it. All right, let's jump into the stats. So with the stats and the way Blaziken functions, he's all physical. All 4 of these moves are physical, and they are all based on that attack stat. So the name of the game is drop the attack stat, get that to go down, and boost the defense stat for yourself if you can. We'll take a look at a couple examples where I'm using that particular strategy, boost my defense with a couple different things, as well as dropping his attack stat, utilizing the NPCs. So we're soloing this, of course, and we're going to utilize that NPC mechanic, which is the 3 different Pokemon that have the Intimidate ability. So let's go take a look at those really quick. We jump over to my boxes, go to the YouTube box. There it is. So I will be showing showcase videos for all of these Pokemon. Okay, so all of these along with these 2 here. So we'll do 6 different videos with all of those showcased, so you can see the exact builds and what you do if you want to solo him with any of those. And of course, I know there are other ones out there, and of course that Bolt is by and far the easiest one, and is almost a no-brainer, but we'll do one anyway, just so that you can see the exact build and how that functions. But back to what I was saying about the NPCs. These are the 3 NPC friends that you want. You need at least one of these. I've actually got my party locked two of them. So I've got Tauros and Arcanine in my party, or Tauros and wait, I got two of them. Staraptor. It's Staraptor and Arcanine. That's who's in my party. If you want to learn how to lock your party so that you get these things consistently every single time you go into the raid, hey, go check out that other video. I'll link it down below on the trick on how to lock your raid party. Works really, really well, and it's super handy in these 7-star raids to consistently farm them, especially in ones like this where he is all out attack. So you're going to need at least one of those. And hey, if you get a healing character as well with Gardevoir or Logan, that it makes it even easier. But I actually do not have that in my party, but I will show you that. You will need a healing character for Terapagos. You're going to need that, but we'll talk about that when we get to his video. So back to the Blaziken summary real quick, and let's finish this out. Of course, the next thing to discuss is exactly how this raid is going to flow. This raid is going to flow with these 4 primary moves, and then he's got 4 other coded moves, and I'll put those up on the screen right here. What those are Overheat and Rock Slide. Those are 2 damaging moves. I have yet to see him use them against me. He tends to just use those against the NPCs, and he only uses them once. He uses Overheat at 79% and Rock Slide at 50%, okay? Other than that, the 2 big ones that you really have to worry about are Sword Dance and Bulk Up, okay? He uses Sword Dance at about 90%, and I'm going to say ish, 90%-ish, because I've seen that Sword Dance come at different intervals with several different raids. So it's not always at that 90%, but it tends to be pretty close to that turn 2. He also uses Bulk Up at about 65%, okay? Bulk Up, while that's not as dangerous as Sword Dance, because Sword Dance really does boost him up, and if you have those Intimidate folks, it really does kind of cancel all this out and gets rid of these boosts, but Bulk Up does boost his defense. That's why a lot of our strats is going to focus on the special attack side, so it just kind of nulls out that thing anyway. But you do have that at 65%. Other than that, that takes care of the additional moves or the coded moves. He's only going to use those 4 things once. And of course, I got those on the screen for you. Beyond that, the things to understand are just kind of the flow of the raid. So definitely go check out at least one of the showcase videos so that you can see this thing play out fully, see exactly what he does. But in a nutshell, I'll put this up here as well from the Cerebi site. He's going to activate his shield at about 80%. That's pretty consistent. That tends to be about turn 3. And this is 80% time or HP, kind of which one hits first. And then, of course, in this table, I'm going to say this stuff is very much questionable, okay? It's not always accurate. While this is approximate timing, this 7-star raid does change. I've absolutely had him use this stuff at different timing intervals. I've seen the Sword Dance come in at like 60%, 50%, and nowhere near the front. So I'm not really sure what triggers the difference there, but it absolutely does occasionally trigger separately. The other 2 big things to note are he's going to reset your stats at 90% HP remaining. That's his HP. So that's pretty close to turn 3 as well. He's going to reset your stats. After that, feel free to boost your Pokemon to the stars. And a couple of our strats will actually show you that as well. And then he's going to reset his own stats at 70%. Okay, so he's going to remove all those negative effects, etc. at 70%. After that, during that, the shield will absolutely be up, so you won't be able to reapply anything immediately unless it's something like Acid Spray that we see on Arceus, etc. But and from there, you're ready. You know, you're going to be good to go. You break the shield, and then you can take this guy out fairly easy. So, hey, hopefully that helps you understand the flow of this. Definitely go check out one of the raid showcases. If you want the easiest one, it's going to be the Bella Bolt one. That's pretty much just one move and done. Just tap, 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 and he's done. That's just the nature of how Bella Bolt works because he's awesome. So go check those out. And hey, as always, if this was helpful, definitely hit the like, hit the subscribe. Go check out the showcases. And hey, we'll see you in the next one.